So yeah, keep in mind that most people see me like this. My hairline is not as obvious, and my thinning is not as obvious when you're, you know, 5, 4, 6 feet away from me or whatever. I mentioned that in my video yesterday. Oh, by the way, my name is Nick Shell. I'm the internet receding hairline guy. I made a video yesterday talking about Christian guilt and that playing into why I refuse to have a hair transplant or stop my hair loss. And in there, I actually had the phone sitting down on the counter because I was holding a baby the whole time. Because I had some car issues yesterday. The motor on my driver's side window broke, so I had to get that fixed. So I didn't get to make videos, so I just made one at the end of the day. And when I did that, I set the camera down on the counter and realized, wow, when you're not like this close to me, my hair looks thicker and darker, and you notice the receding hairline less. So just keep that in mind. Just like on rear view mirrors, it says, or at least it used to say, objects in the rear view mirror are closer than they appear. It's kind of like the opposite, maybe, where my hair is actually looks better when you're not watching my videos, which is ironic because that's what my videos are about. But my videos ultimately magnify my hair loss and my thinning. But in real life, I mean, if I would just simply do my videos like this, it could be better. But I like to be more personal, and you can see my flaws better. With that being said, 90 seconds into this video, I want to talk about how we trade in one insecurity for another. Because I did the video about being 5'9" and how at 5'9", that used to actually be a bigger insecurity than my hair. And truly my hair was never that big. I think my hair was the biggest insecurity back when I first started noticing it. And the further it's progressed, I just stopped caring. But when it first started, that's when I freaked out because, and I remember back in college, I know you haven't watched my other videos, but I do that video series called Jackman, about the superhero thing where my son's a superhero and I'm a villain. I know that none of you have watched any of those. I know that. But in those, you'll hear me playing music. I do a song or two in each of those videos. Back in college, that's what I did. I recorded music a lot. And one of the songs I wrote, there's a line in there that says, I decided today to start losing my hair. Obviously just kind of a joke or whatever. But even back then at age 23 when I recorded that, that's what was on my mind because I was starting to see it happen. So yeah, it was a bigger insecurity in my early 20s, but now that I'm in my mid 30s, it's not an insecurity at all. And I truly mean that. I'm not insecure about my hair. That's why I talk about it all the time so openly. And I'm here to help you with get through that. But that's not my insecurity. I mean, insecurities change, hopefully. You outgrow them, right? And it's kind of, have you heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? How like people in third world countries are just hoping to get food to eat, and then the ones that finally get food to eat, then they're just trying to hopefully not be oppressed as basically slaves by their government. And then if you get past that and you're kind of in a development country, then you're just trying to make sure that you're healthy and have a family, and it's a matter of survival. The further you go up, the more things you already have, but then your goals change. And I think that's what happens. That by age 35, I could care less about my hair anymore. And I have other things to worry about. But my insecurities, and I'm trying to think of what they are, but my insecurities really don't have anything to do with my physical appearance. I mean, that doesn't matter to me. As long as I'm not overweight, just being too honest with you, I just don't want to be overweight. And it's not because of looks. It's because of, I want to be known as the healthiest man in the room. And I don't mean that buff, like strong, but I want everyone to know that I eat healthy, that I take care of myself. Like, that's something I want to be known for. How I look doesn't really matter to me. If I'm bald, fine. As long as I'm the healthiest guy in the room, I don't need to be the guy with the fullest head of hair in the room. But someone had commented on my height video saying that, actually I had a few people comment, and basically they agreed. They related to that they also used to have insecurities about their height. But I think what I'm learning about this whole thing is this. Once you finally overcome an insecurity, like maybe your height or your hair, like I've overcome both of those in my life, you just have something else to worry about. What I'm about to say, you're not going to relate to. I know that because you're too young to relate to this. But me, as a married man with kids, my whole thing is now, how can I take it to the next level with my career? So if I haven't, I don't know that insecurity is the best word, but maybe something that just motivates me and I think about all the time and sort of consumes me maybe, is how am I going to take this to the next level? How can I take my videos and make a career out of that as a full-time job? You know, I'm not worried about money because I'm a Dave Ramsey guy. So I know where my money's going. I'm saving my money, but now I'm like, how can I invest my money? So that's the kind of stuff I think about. I don't think about my flaws, you know, going on here. Like even a couple months ago when I grew out the beard and I started letting my gray show, I just owned it. You know, that's the thing. Like, okay, yeah, I'm in my mid-30s now. I've got gray hair going out my face. So, and I just owned it. I acknowledged it. And I think that's the thing. People have tried to say that I'm obsessed or that I'm freaking out. And all I'm simply doing is acknowledging it and talking about it. But I'm not insecure about it. I own it. And that's the whole thing. The whole thing about being a victor versus being a victim. That basically you own up to your imperfections that you can't change. And then the things that you can change, you do. And of course, that's the gray area, right? Because a lot of you guys are in favor of hair loss cures, which is cool, that's fine. But obviously I'm not. So yeah, I could do something about my hair before it's too late, but I'm not going to. But that's again, that's a gray area. I'm choosing to focus on what I can control. But I'm just telling you, insecurities, I guess they ultimately morph and change once you overcome them. So, and I think that's a good thing for life, to be able to always overcome your fears and your anxieties and your insecurities. You know, ultimately there's always gonna be that one thing holding you back. But even for me, you know, I hope I've made it very clear no one can offend me because I don't allow them to. And even that, like, my life is so much more freer now that no one has the ability to offend me. And then it just shows me that I actually have the ability to offend other people. That's amazing, but it's simply because they haven't got where I am yet as far as not letting people offend them. So you trade one insecurity for another, right? Even this zit that keeps coming back, right? But it is also a good day for shades. And it's not that I'm insecure about this. It's just simply that, hey, if I can tone it down, just like with receding hairline, I know ways to tone down my receding hairline. I know not to slick my hair back. That's the video that got traction with people watching the hairline anyway. How can I tone this down? Sure, I'll tone things down. I'll draw attention away from it, but I'm not gonna do anything drastic. So I should make another video about that, about how the world will get to watch me go bald. That's its own video. Here at 8 minutes of your life that you're never gonna get back, that's good enough. Just remember, whatever your insecurity is, you can get through it and then you'll trade it in for something else. But hopefully that next step will be a more legitimate insecurity. Because being insecure about being 5'9", now it's laughable. Being insecure about losing my hair, at this point it's becoming laughable because it's so normal that we all lose our hair. And in the video I just made before this talks about how so many men in Hollywood and entertainment have had work done and I didn't even know it. So even though it's normal to lose your hair, when you look on Hollywood, it's not. Is it just because they have good genes? Some of it, but a lot of it is they've had work done. So there's my thoughts for the day. I am Nick Shell. I am the internet receding hairline guy. Thanks for watching my videos. Leave comments because often they get turned into videos.